Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitage Strange Case Files. Left off about mid-conversation last episode, because it went on for far longer than I anticipated. So I figure we'll just jump right back into it, but just to catch everybody up. Basically, started a conversation with this girl right here. And she's basically been telling us about these very disturbing dreams she's had concerning her friends and various other things. Came in to acquire a very rare book about mysterious fish cults, and to try to figure out what's going on. And I suppose as store manager, we are trying to help her out. So, here we go. Cecil describes the situation as if it were a good thing. I'm surprised she isn't smiling, with how happy she sounds. However, as soon as my focus shifts, I quickly lose that state of mind. The same as with a real dream. By the time I start to question whether or not I'm myself, I'm already in a more conscious state, and it's only a matter of time before I return to reality. Well, at least you return to your senses at some point. A dream that can even put the fact in question is more than bizarre. Even if I wanted help from someone, I'd have a hard time explaining it to them. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. I'm very grateful. She bows her head and already sounds less tense. Talking is really important. I've never been very sociable. Too awkward, I guess. But I see where you're coming from. Anyway, I just want to understand what I see. After all, if my friend is really in danger, I need to find a way to help her. Do you think I'm naive for wanting to find out whether my dreams are real or not? Of course not. In fact, your being so calm right now is remarkable. Let's take a small break. Do you want another cup of coffee? Alright. Going from last episode, that was a long conversation. I mean, even with me reading it in between, it's not that that's a bad thing necessarily, I just didn't expect it to be that long. Cecil leaves Hermitage before the sun goes down. The hand she was holding the hot coffee with was ice cold, which I find difficult to comprehend. After Cecil's departure, the bookstore falls back into its usual silence. Only the books that are askew on the shelves show any indication that something happened here. Though, to be honest, it's probably more organized than before. Still, there's a lot of work to be done. I should analyze the information I have so far. Yes, let's go! Yes, finally. I mean, I don't mind, it's a visual novel. I mean, obviously, good dialogue, and that's the story, but I've been waiting to see how these detective mechanics work, because that's what I'm in this for. It completely depends on how much Cecil is willing to tell me. We agreed to discuss it further tomorrow, but if she chooses to give up, there's nothing more I can do. Instead of worrying about that right now, I should focus my mind on the matter at hand. Stay calm and collected and take plenty of notes. That's what experience has taught me over the years. Even strange events that cannot be explained through common sense often follow some kind of logic. As long as there is sufficient information, I can draw conclusions. As more conclusions are drawn, an analysis of the events can be constructed. It's something I'd like to call the principle of reasoning. Things I see look so real. I can nearly reach out and touch them. Normally my imagination isn't as vivid. That's why I started memorizing the things I saw. How else would I ever be able to prove that they're real events? Presumed reasoning. I write down a question. Although her ideas sound somewhat naive, there's something inherently wrong with it. The problem is how to prove it. Even if Cecil finds matches between the dream and reality, there's no actual solid proof. People often get a sense of déjà vu, and this experience, known as the sense of being present, has its own plausible explanation in science. In times of emotional instability, the frequency of déjà vu experiences increased. That might not be all, and it's too simple an explanation, but when under stress, it's easy for the brain to mess up one of its delicate processes. The viewing platform Cecil mentioned is a pretty well-known sightseeing spot, so even if the architecture there gives her a sense of familiarity because of her vision, there's still no real verification. Past memories can often interfere subconsciously with the conclusion. She might have seen the place somewhere before. To answer this question, I can't rely solely on Cecil's one-sided information. The assumption that she didn't have any relevant knowledge beforehand can only be confirmed by a third party. I should take notes on what else she saw. The ancient battlefield, gatherings at the square. These scenes are bizarre enough, and there seems to be no explanation for them. That big fire she mentioned worries me as well. Considering the difficulty of the investigation, I only have a limited number of options left. Those things happening at Phoenix High School. Riots at the Riverside viewing platform. That's all the information I can confirm so far. It's puzzling either way, but at least I can try. There are more down-to-earth approaches to understanding what's happening in this city. If possible, I want to avoid involving any innocent bystanders. When I was conducting research on folklore in the remote countryside, I heard a lot about supernatural dreams, but there's a world of difference between an innocent high school student and witches. It's obvious that Cecil has already convinced herself of an answer to all this, but trying to actually prove it is something much more difficult altogether. The sky outside has already turned completely dark and I didn't even notice. The lighting inside Hermitage isn't optimal, but it's better than nothing. I turn off the dim lights on the ground floor, which hold more symbolic than actual value. Lock the shop door and make my way to the apartment. Alright, here we go. Finish work. Oh, okay. Alright, finally, we have some agency here. So, thoughts. Yeah, I definitely need a cigarette after that story. There's no one around. I finally have some time to think. What a weird dream. Oh, I suppose I'm supposed to click that if I don't know what to do. I should have looked at the case files first. She would have no reason to lie to me if she was just borrowing a book. Normal people don't believe in dreaming about the past, much less that it could actually be proven. As I just explained to Cecil, it wouldn't make sense to lie like she did. So what she said has to be true. However, it's no surprise that she's worried about a dream in which her schoolmate is in trouble. The situation is pretty unclear. Should find out more about what she's heard and seen. Alright, what do we got? Oh, finally, okay, we got some stuff. Alright, so, question. Realistic dreams. In her dreams, Cecil saw a wonderful scene. Cecil believes that they aren't just mere illusions, but how can we prove that? Okay, so that's the question. Okay, oh, tasks. Okay, that's how this goes. Okay, the illusion of nothing to do. The illusion Cecil had was far beyond ordinary. Along with rising sun properties, many people rushed from the north to the viewing platform. I could clearly see the expression on their faces. So, it says to drag until, am I dragging this? Guess I can't, oh, guess not. Okay, so I suppose that we just have the question and we need to, I guess, finish work for the day. Okay, cool. Like the style there. Hermitage's interior architecture isn't exactly convenient. To get from the storefront to the living room, you need to circle around the outside of the building and walk up to the first floor. If you continue further up, you'll reach the warehouse on the second floor of the house, but that doesn't concern me. My daily walks between these 2 points are strenuous. It's my substitute for daily exercise. The apartment is far from neat, but I'm not the kind of person who can live in a place where every quilt is folded into a perfect square. Amen. And I actually really dig this area. It's definitely got a vibe. Is that a PS3? That definitely looks like a PS3 right there. So he's got a jukebox, PS3, file cabinets, obviously information, books. This looks like an old Apple, like those translucent computers, whiskey, cigarettes, and an old tube television. I chucked my shoes off at the entrance and let myself fall head first onto the comfortable, soft sofa. Oh, right here, probably. I've been really lazy the last couple of months, loving the comfy, secluded lifestyle. Nothing's gonna change if I myself don't. Very good advice. I really need to get back into my groove and find some form of a daily routine. Don't we all? Unfortunately, I don't get paid for doing overtime. Could start by taking notes throughout the day. Maybe it'll help me collect my thoughts and get me back on track. Every event has its own origin, cause, and effect. That terrible scene that Cecil saw is undoubtedly related to the school. I need to investigate further on this basis. This computer is quite old, so you can't do anything with it except access the internet. Well, that is an important thing. Some topics can start a lot of rumors and need to be watched. The TV on the second floor is an old model with a curved screen. A lot of information is hidden in the local news that most people may overlook. Okay, can't rest now. There's no time to waste. Promise to help, so I have to take this seriously. Let me see if there's anything new. I have to stay in this building right by the bookstore for various reasons. There are good and bad sides to it. One good thing is I'm always surrounded by information readily accessible in the form of books. And yes, I know it's the 21st century, where you probably even have a good reception on the top of Mount Everest. As I turn on the... Oh yeah, definitely an Apple. As I turn on the computer, the familiar yellow light of the forum interface appears in front of me. The users here voice their opinions very openly in order to reflect their wide-ranging knowledge, or simply to have some fun. It's giving the administrator one hell of a headache, but I like to sit back and enjoy it. Having said that, the forum has its own problems. There's a maintenance every 5 minutes. The layout is a mess. The moderators quarrel all the time. It's hard to count all the issues. Yeah, that's a forum for you. Being so polarized in terms of user experience and content value is a spectacle in every sense. There's always something new and unexpected going on, and the community stays very active. Let's see what I can dig up here today. This is a forum about urban legends. I like the way that they're setting this up. Like, it's kind of like if you're going to be a modern day, detective, occult or otherwise. I mean, living in that bookstore probably is beneficial, but he's just got this old computer and kind of just uses that. All right, urban legends. The content will be updated automatically. After browsing the posts, I can return to the list of posts here. If I feel like I've gathered all the necessary information, I can close the page here. Since I'm gathering intelligence, I should read all of today's posts. Finally, here we go. Let's get some info. Okay, these aren't clickable. Okay. That's just a refresh. Okay. There's a post worth reading. Why not check them out? Oh, left clicking, okay. I suppose I can't expect them to have something for all of this, but... Alright. The rumors board is now open. Obey the rules or die. Okay. Huge spider in my house. It's so gross. Gene scissors created 3-eyed mosquitoes to help prevent And this, okay, 14-year-old Russian model dies suddenly. Autopsy indicates poisoning. What was the original chime of the clock tower called? Huh. Okay, these aren't clickable. These aren't. Well, I suppose the three-eyed mosquito sounds interesting. Let's check it out here. Science Daily, October 16th. According to the official website of the University of California, Riverside, scientists use so-called gene scissors to create Aedes aegypti mosquitoes with altered characteristics. These yellow mosquitoes have 3 eyes and malformed wings. Scientists hope that these mosquitoes, by means of gene editing tools, will help prevent and control mosquito-borne diseases. The study was published in the latest issue of Findings from the National Academy of Science. Okay. Researchers say that this is the first step in altering mosquito characteristics through gene engineering, and their long-term goal is to control mosquito populations and reduce the spread of disease. This approach is not only environmentally friendly, but also cost-effective. Mathematical results suggest that this technique will increase the genetic probability of the target gene by 100%. Too much text. Anyone have a summary? Why not kill the insects while you're at it? Do you remember how the cockroach came to be? Okay, so I can't really click on anything here. So how exactly does this gene spread? 1 by 1? Crippled wings are one thing, but 3 eyes? I don't think so. Sounds really random. 3 eyes. Okay, I can't reply or anything. So I suppose we'll go back. Alright, let's see. Huge spider. So gross. Has really thin legs with little spots all over. I often see it crawling around in the kitchen living room. Please tell me how to exterminate it. It's urgent. I can't find anything about... Okay, this might be something. Creepy, weird type of spider. 3-eyed mosquitoes. I wouldn't be there if there weren't any other insects for it to eat in your house. Okay, sounds like a white mustache jumping spider eats cockroaches. It won't bite you. It won't bite even if you catch it. It has creepy eyes. White mustache jumping spider, which means you probably have other spiders or insects in your house. Just let it be. It's cute. Faster than a cockroach. I haven't seen one of those in the last few years, so the cockroaches at our place went on a rampage. Okay, spiders. Okay. Original clock tower chime. Oh, alright. I was gonna go for the Russian model last, because I feel like that, you know, someone dying suddenly, but here we go. Oh, this means something. This is probably what they call finding the light in the darkness. I didn't realize it before. Okay. You probably all know the old building on the beach. 2 days ago, I talked to the old man who lives there. He told me that when he was young, the chime of the clock tower had a different melody than it does now. Sadly, he can't remember what it was called. He's eager to find out the name of the old melody, and I thought I'd ask for help. Okay. After I arrived in this city, I found shelter. Oh, alright, cool. Nice. I'm detective now. I found something. After I arrived in the city, found shelter at a local bookstore. Shrine's famous viewing point was breathtaking beyond belief. Okay, so this is his personal experience after having moved into the city. And this clock tower thing, maybe some form of mandala effect or something. Maybe same clock chimes as Westminster Abbey. Okay, it wasn't changed again in the 90s. They changed it in the 80s only to change it back again. Queen of England visited Motto back then. Okay. Well, I might as well check out this one. Yeah, murder case. I figured. I mean, we're in a, you know, Lovecraftian fiction. Like, it's gotta be something here. Nothing to do with the current situation, but I should keep my eye on it. No, yeah, see, that's what I figure, you know. According to the article in The Sun from the 15th, 14-year-old Russian model Vlada Dzyoba, I don't know if I pronounced that right, died suddenly in Sindhu last month. Initially, this was thought to be due to fatigue, meningitis or sepsis, but the autopsy report indicated that Vlada may have been poisoned during a 3-month trip to China. After her body was returned to Russia, the preliminary results showed traces of a mysterious biological poison in her system. Russian media quoted law enforcement sources. Vlada may have been bitten by a deadly poisonous insect. She may have been eaten something. She may have been poisoned on purpose. Last month, the Russian Investigative Committee initiated a criminal procedure in connection with her death. So it's kind of connecting back to these bugs that we've been reading about, potentially. It was probably a Russian hacker, laughs, who gave her a virus, physically. What deadly insect in the south can kill with a single bite? It was about the good-looking girl, poisoned, weight loss, beautiful model poisoned, tick. Okay. I suppose that's all I need from there. Looks like it's time for the news. So this is cool, though. They just kind of have it set up where you kind of go through cases and I hear something. After a series of boring news, I hear something interesting. Oh, shit. Next up is a follow-up to the Sky Pit incident. On the 13th of March at 3 p.m., a road collapsed in downtown Mato. No one was injured, however, the road repairs are proving difficult due to the extensive damage. At present, the road section remains restricted to vehicles. All drivers, please plan your route accordingly. In addition, there are rumors that pedestrians witnessed an explosion at the scene. People are reminded to please remain calm and vigilant, and a warning has been issued to criminals not to take advantage of the situation. As of right now, evidence is still being collected and analyzed. The departments in charge hope to soon have more information for the public as to what exactly caused the collapse. It's rare for roads to collapse in big cities. I know the road section from the report is near a very popular riverside viewing platform. Roads in such a highly frequented area are usually kept in much better condition than that. In other words, even small cracks in the ground would usually be an immediate cause for concern, not to mention a big hole that leads to a collapse like that. According to the photographs in the news reports, the Sky Pit is nearly 10 meters in diameter, and the hole is unusually deep. It doesn't look like it was caused by a normal explosion. It seems to me like they're just stalling. What could have caused the destruction and not even show up on the surveillance footage of the surrounding area? Something about this seems off. I assume it all happened so suddenly that they didn't have enough time to come up with a better cause. In other words, perhaps the problem isn't finding evidence, but the actual cause of the incident simply can't be made public. A group of panicked people came running from the north, right towards the people on the viewing platform. Luckily, security guards were nearby to quickly assess and handle the situation, preventing a mass panic. Ah, everything's connecting. Everything's connecting together here. These people were all shaken up and looked like they'd seen a ghost, but they were such a small group that they were lost in the crowd. Not many people noticed the uproar, and everyone carried on as usual on the other side of the viewing platform. It's really scary how you can feel isolated and unsafe even when you're out in public surrounded by so many people. Looks like there are some clues. Let's see. Time to call an old friend. Oh shit, here we go. What's this? Ugh. Scarlet, of course. Of course that's her name. Are you there? I need to ask a favor. I don't have time. The planning department as well as the police department have been insanely hectic lately. People are busy, I don't have time to concentrate on anything else. Never mind. If you've been to any of those places lately, you should have what I'm looking for. Hold on, wait a minute. Is it about that accident? Well, I've got a bad feeling about this. Even if you're interested in it, things are only going to get more complicated from here on out. How about tomorrow? Yeah, I'll see you I'll see you tomorrow morning. Anyway, if it really has something to do with you, I'll stop by sooner rather than later. Oh, okay, so whatever rapport they do have, if she must know if, like, he's interested in something, it's serious. Done. All I can do now is wait. She can be trusted, but it's likely that she'll be grumpy and won't stop complaining. Alright, at least I made some progress. Time to turn off the TV. Okay. So now, alright, cool. Now I can kind of do what I need to do here. Getting close to the 30-minute mark, so I'll just do a little exploring. But that's pretty cool. I'm enjoying this so far. Kind of have to just search through, figure out pieces of information. I mean, he kind of points it out when you do see it, but, you know, I still like the detective aspect of it. So let's see if we go to the case files. Do we have anything new? Okay, cool. So these are our tasks. So we got to check out this illusion. We got the clock tower. Still our main question here. And I assume we get intel eventually. Relationships. Oh, this is set up cool. Recently contacted persons and events are logged here. Scroll, middle mouse wheel to zoom. When zoomed in, use mouse to drag. Please click a photo to view character details or recall an event. Scroll down to return to overview. Super cool. Okay. So we haven't met Eloise, but that is her friend, so we have a picture. Let's click on ourselves. What do we got? 31, male, master's degree. Oh, there's a sanity status. Okay. Current owner of the weird old bookstore on Wukang Road. You hardly ever see him leave his apartment. Leads a casual life, resulting in the irregular opening hours of the store. Okay, who's this? Oh, what the hell? So this is Cecil. Don't know her sanity status. Second year, okay. Oh, and we can replay the... Does that say My Chemical Romance? What? Wow. Okay. I mean, as far as my personal opinion, I think they're obviously, you know, a good band, but I can't believe that that's in this game. I feel like that literally says My Chemical Romance. There's no way about it. Anyway, we'll just check out Eloise here. The hell? Oh. Okay, good family, dignified. Okay. Well, I suppose that's a good place to stop. We finally got some detective work in there, and no, I'm liking how it's going. I mean, obviously with a game like this, I mean, you know, it can kind of feel a little railroaded at times, but I think that so far I'm excited to see, like, it get complex and interesting and like, you know, have to put this stuff together, but I'm enjoying it so far. I think we finally kind of started in earnest. What the hell is this? Oh, it's his phone. But yeah. I suppose till the next time.